Hey, what is up, guys? It's Brendan here, and today we're going to be taking a look at 7 of the best receipt scanner and receipt scanning apps for you in your business or whatever you need to be scanning receipts for. Whether it also be just for your own personal accounting needs, bookkeeping needs, or whatever you need to scan those receipts for, that's what we're going to be breaking down here in today's video. Now, there's a wide variety of different types of software when it comes to receipt scanning. Whether you just need to scan those simple documents, report things for expense reports, or even again for maybe even small business accounting, that's what we're going to be breaking down here in today's video. All the different types of receipt scanning apps and software to help you quickly scan those receipts so you can keep track of all of your books, keep track of those receipts so you don't get lost, so you don't lose them. You're not going through a shoebox method of keeping all your receipts in just this massive pile that's hard to keep track of. So again, that's what we're going to be breaking down here in today's video. And of course, if you do want to check out any of the companies and software that we mentioned here in today's video, there will be links linked down below in the video description box. Again, at the top of the video description box. If you are interested in checking out any of the companies mentioned here in today's video, there will be links linked down below. Of course, some of which are affiliate links, which is a great way to help out support the channel. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the list. Now, this isn't really too much in any particular order, but starting out at the number 1 spot, we have Zoho Expense. Now, Zoho is the overarching company here that owns Zoho Expense. Now, Zoho Expense is specifically a travel and expense management software, again, as you can see here, for growing businesses. Now, depending on what your specific needs are, like I mentioned, a few of the different types of potential needs for receipt scanning, there will be different software broken down in this video for different needs. Again, I get that everybody's receipt scanning needs might be a little bit different. Some of you want free things. Some of you are okay with paying for premium products. Again, wide variety of different software we're going to be covering in this video. So with Zoho Expense, they do have both a free version and a paid version. So that is nice as well with that. But in general, Zoho Expense, again, is a travel and expense management software. Now, you can actually do receipt scanning within it. They do have receipt management. But in addition to their receipt management, they do also have other expense reports and more advanced expense tracking that I get not everybody watching this video might want or need, but it is something that's worth mentioning and is a good additional feature if you are looking for something beyond just a more basic receipt scanner. Zoho Expense could be a really good option for you. In addition to that, even if you just want to do basic receipt scanning, again, not even getting into all the other feature sets within their expense management software with like approvals, travel, cards and corporate card reconciliation, reimbursements, all the other features. Again, there's a lot of other features. If you want to learn more about Zoho Expense, again, feel free to check out the links down below if you do want to learn more about them. But even just more specifically within the receipt scanning and receipt tracking, they do have a free trial for their paid version, which is a bit more advanced. But if we take a look here at their pricing, again, this pricing is always subject to change depending on when you're watching this video. Be sure to check out all these companies' pricing pages to get the most realistic, up-to-date pricing. I always just have to make that pricing disclaimer because things always change. But taking a look here, they do actually have a free version where you can do receipts and up to 5 gigabytes of receipt storage and 20 receipt auto scans. So the auto scans means that you're automatically scanning those receipts. I imagine you might be able to do some more manual ones in addition to the 20 receipt auto scans, but you do have 20 receipt auto scans at least on the free version. Again, that's great for like freelancers looking to track expenses or even mileage as well. Mileage expenses, you can do that in there as well. And again, for small businesses. So you are a bit limited there. You get up to 3 users, but if it's just you and you're just looking to do a few receipt scans and you don't need that much receipt storage, then Zoho Expense could be a great option. Or again, if you do want to upgrade in the future beyond just the free version, their paid versions are pretty affordable, especially compared to a lot of the other more expensive full accounting softwares. Again, this is specifically built around just expense reports. They do have a accounting software as well. I'm not going to be covering that too much in this video, but they do have a Zoho accounting software as well called Zoho Books. So if you do need more of like a full financial platform, they do also have Zoho Books, which they do have a free version within Zoho Books up to a certain amount of business revenue. So if you're interested in that, again, I do have other videos covering different free accounting software on the channel. So if you want to learn more about Zoho Books, you can also check them out again at the link below. They do have free invoicing. So that's in addition to receipt scanning. If you do want a little bit more beyond just basic receipt scanning, it is still within the Zoho ecosystem. So if you are thinking forward, hey, what are these receipts for? Maybe it's for keeping track of business expenses, things like that. Then you can also link it there if that's what you need. If you need the actual, accounting and bookkeeping, or if you're just doing it for work or something like that, then you could just do the expense and it's pretty easy and you can just keep track of it yourself. Again, it really does depend on what your needs are, but again, you do have that accounting integration, as you can see here, with Zoho Books or even just QuickBooks Online and Xero as well. They do also have those external accounting integrations as well. Again, software I talk about a lot here on the channel that you can pair with Zoho Expense. Again, Zoho Expense, definitely one of the best options out there just because they do have a completely free version with the receipt auto scans, and you can link it up to a lot of different types of accounting software, and they do have a lot of other travel and expense management features built into Zoho Expense. Moving in at the number 2 spot, we have FreshBooks. Now, FreshBooks is a full suite accounting software, more similar to like a Zoho Books, but they do also have, again, the receipt scanning and tracking. So in terms of keeping track of your expenses, you can do that within FreshBooks. So FreshBooks operates a little bit differently where they're all just one software. In comparison to like Zoho, where things are split out into a lot more different types of software. FreshBooks, on the other hand, is more built primarily just around their accounting software, invoicing, and then again, also the receipt scanning. So as you can see here, we're on the expense tracking made simple, expenses and receipt tracking. So you can easily, track your business expenses and keep everything planned in there and automatically scan them and then match them as well. So as you can see here, you can track your business accounts and make sure you're saying goodbye to manual entry and actually entering in the automatic mobile receipt scanning. Again, this is a very easy way to log and categorize your expenses, again, like office supplies, things like that, and you can auto capture everything in there on your receipt scanning. So again, FreshBooks is a great option for that. Now, they are a paid tool. They do have a free trial, as you can see here. Again, there are links below if you do want to get signed up or try them out. Again, I do recommend, honestly, trying out a lot of the different software. A lot of them have free versions that you can play around with and play around in, see and get a feel for which ones you particularly like, and then decide from there. Honestly, that's the best way to get the most like hands-on experience is you just going in and testing them out yourself. In terms of the pricing of FreshBooks, again, always subject to change, but I figured I would just show you. Again, it is a full accounting software, so it's a little bit different. You can scan receipts and things like that. And they do have like light version, for freelancers, self-employed. They do have specialists you can talk to make sure you get the right plan depending on what your specific needs are. They do have yearly options as well, depending on what their current discounts are. Again, freelancers, self-employed, contractors, business with employees. Again, I would recommend, checking out the pricing page yourself to get the most realistic and up-to-date pricing. But again, they are more of a full suite software that, if you're looking to capture your receipts and track your expenses, especially for, more accounting side of things, if you do want the accounting software paired in with your expense and receipt tracking software, then that might make more sense for you to go with something like FreshBooks. Moving on, next in this list, we have Wave. Now, Wave, on the surface level, is a completely free app. However, their receipt tracking and mobile receipt scanning, as you can see here, is a paid additional tool to do the mobile receipt scanning. Now, the Wave app, again, is completely free in order to do accounting. So if you're on the starter and you're doing accounting, you could do invoices, things like that, and, on the go setup with their free version, their starter plan, then that is something you could do with Wave, which is really nice that they do have a lot of software available for free on their starter. Again, you have invoices, payments, accounting, payroll, advisors, a lot of other features that kind of go all into the app in terms of what their software looks like. But specifically, the receipt scanning is an additional fee. So it is worth mentioning there, but it is fairly comparable. It is, as you can see right here, right currently as the time of making this video is $8 a month. Again, that might change for the US. So they do also have an annual subscription, but it is very simple. And again, this works well if you're maybe already using Wave for your accounting needs or bookkeeping needs, or maybe if you're using them to also do your invoices and things like that, then you can keep track of your business receipts and upload them on the go with the Wave mobile app or on your desktop or via email as well. So again, it is very easy and nice and simple, as you can see here with Wave's mobile features, again, with their app, the receipts tab, and then you can choose what type of plan makes the most sense for you with Wave. But again, that is how simple it is. I like how simple and easy Wave is in general. Again, I have covered them a lot on the channel in terms of all the different, free software that they offer. And then this is a paid tool. So just making that clear, at least within the receipt scanning side of things. So again, could be a good option for you. Maybe if you're already using Wave, or if you're, looking into different accounting softwares, Wave could be a good option for you. And then you can kind of keep things all in one boat. Again, you have your invoicing, your payments, accounting, all in one setup. Without having to split yourself across a ton of different software. You can kind of have things all under one system or one setup. So again, taking a look at the pricing for Wave, they do have their free version that's managing your cash flow, invoicing, accepting online payments, as well as creating, bookkeeping records and things like that. But if you do need the auto import of some of the more advanced features, then they do have their Pro plan as well. So that is something worth considering there. Again, if you do want to check out Wave, there are links down below in the description. Moving on, next in this list, in terms of all-in-one software, you can't really look anywhere but hit QuickBooks in terms of an all-in-one type software suite. Now, QuickBooks is primarily focused around small business accounting, and they do have receipt capture, and you can capture receipts within the QuickBooks app. So QuickBooks is definitely one of the most expensive softwares mentioned here in today's video, especially if you're maybe not even in the corporate expense tracking side of things in that land. If you're in just the more small business accounting and keeping track of things, then you can also scan receipts within QuickBooks. So just making that clear, it could be a good option for you to go with QuickBooks for your small business accounting, because you can also scan your receipts and keep track of things. Again, whether it be, receipts for expenses or sales receipts, things like that, depending on what vendors you're using, and just have everything in your expense report when it comes for tax time, making sure that just everything is in there and it's ready to go and everything is up to date and accurate. You can also attach receipts to invoices as well. So again, similar to Wave, where you can organize all of your different expenses in your business, then QuickBooks also does that as well with their receipt scanner within the app. So again, QuickBooks could be another good option for you for receipt scanning. Again, if you do want more of an all-in-one suite. Moving along next in this list into something a little bit different, we have Verify, which is, again, a little bit different. This is changing gears a bit. This is more of just purely a document scanner tool, but you can also scan receipts as well as other types of information through their, as you can see, their OCR and their API. So you can link this even into more complicated setups as well in order to process your documents. But Verify can be really good for a more variety of different types of industries. I know a lot of people, maybe if you're in healthcare sector, or maybe if you're in, a variety of different sectors, depending on what your documents might look like and what your receipts might look like that you need to scan, it might make sense for you to use a platform like Verify. The other nice thing about that, in terms of their pricing, they do have a completely free version where you can process up to 100 documents a month. Again, if you need more than that, then it becomes quite a bit more expensive, where other options may make a lot more sense. Again, this sort of goes into the more economies of scale. And if you're doing if you're really small, great, they have a cool free version. But if you do need more than 100 a month, As you can see here with that $500 monthly minimum, you're probably better off looking elsewhere than Verify if you need more than just 100 documents a month. Again, and that is only for your receipts and invoices, and it does have features for development and email support. Again, their free forever version does allow you to process up to 100 documents a month with Verify, which is nice. The only thing is it is fairly separate. It doesn't link to anything else unless you actually are maybe a developer and you build out your own software tool. That's where Verify, they have the APIs available for you. So if you're in web development, things like that, you can get a little bit more custom with a platform like Verify, or you could just keep it pretty simple and just process those documents free forever with up to 100 a month, which can be a good option. Again, because, hey, it's a completely free option. So it is worth at least checking out and worth trying again if you just need receipts and invoices up to 100 documents a month. Moving on, next in this list, we have Expensify. Now, hands down, Expensify is one of the most popular expense management apps and platforms for both small businesses or even just for your own organization of your own expenses. As you can see here, maybe you're managing a company's expenses, 10 plus employees, maybe your company's expenses, 1 to 9 employees, or even your own expenses. This includes managing expenses, tracking receipts, which is again the whole premise of this video is receipt tracking and scanning and keeping a log of everything and how to do it. Now, I mentioned this software because there's a lot of other reporting features you can do. Again, you can create expense reports, send invoices, corporate cards. There's a lot more other integrations as well. You can integrate with platforms like ADP, QuickBooks, Gusto, Sage, Workday, and Oracle Suite. So, there's a lot of other platforms that you can integrate with Expensify. Again, beyond just basic receipt tracking, you do have a lot of other features that might make sense for you in what your needs are. Again, going beyond just basic receipt tracking, you also get expense tracking, travel management, spend management, invoices. They do have a lot of other features in there. The nice thing about them is they do have a free trial, so you can easily, create those reports within the receipt tracking, so you can scan them on the go with their receipt scanning app. So as you can see here, you can scan receipts for free. And you can snap a photo. So as you can see here, pretty easy to do. And then you can log it and just start tracking things with the Expensify receipt tracking. As you can see here, their receipt scanning app. So definitely worth checking out Expensify. Now, in terms of their actual pricing, they are fairly cheap. Again, depending on what your needs are. Again, per user. So they do also have QuickBooks and Xero integrations. So maybe if you are already using other accounting software suites like QuickBooks, like Xero, but you want a more advanced expense tracking platform for not only just receipts, but travel and other things, then Expensify could make sense even in addition to a platform like QuickBooks as well. And they are pretty cheap. Again, this pricing is accurate as in the making of today's video. But in general, I think it's a separate software, similar to how Zoho Expense is separate from their Zoho Books. That's sort of where Expensify, is separate as an expense tracking platform for receipt scanning than your total accounting software. Moving on, next in this list, we have Shoebox. Now, Shoebox, they hold themselves as the #1 receipt scanner for millions of businesses, and it's just because of how plain and simple Shoebox is. One of the nice things about Shoebox is it's very focused on receipt scanning, getting you out of, again, their quote-unquote shoebox and keeping your receipts in a shoebox. That's sort of the whole premise here. They are a really good receipt tracking app. It's very simple, very easy to use. It just makes a lot of sense. You don't have any of the extra bloat that a lot of the other softwares I've even mentioned here in today's video have. You can keep things just a lot easier and a lot simpler with, tracking your receipts. You get a simple layout in the dashboard. Hey, these are all the receipts. You track them, you scan them. In terms of the different plans that they have, they are a little bit more expensive, again, but you can scan quite a lot of documents. And you have, unlimited users as well. They do have a free trial that you can try out with them. You can, save a little bit by paying annually versus monthly. Pretty much every company offers that. But in general, they know small business owners, individuals, digitizing receipts and maximizing those deductions. It can just be nice to have a separate software outside of your accounting system to keep track of your receipts, just to make things a lot easier. It just depends on what you want, but ultimately, a lot of people do like a separate platform like Shoebox, just because, again, it's nice and simple and easy to understand. And simplicity can go a long way when it comes to especially a lot of receipts that you're tracking. Now, last but not least, I do want to give an honorable mention as well to a traditional document scanner. So say goodbye to all the other software we mentioned here in today's video. If you just want something very simple and completely for free, it's not necessarily the best solution, but it's a free solution and it's a very easy solution. This really works good if you maybe you're only doing, 10, 10, a small number, right? Amount of receipts or documents that you need to scan. And it's just a basic document scanner. This is just like an Android app here. It's a PDF creator document scanner. All you do is you click in, you scan your document, and it saves it as a PDF. That you can then send via email or, compress the document, copy text from the image via the OCR, and there you go. I mean, it's pretty simple. If you need to make your own custom collage or something like that, again, this can be good if you just want a very, 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 very basic receipt scanner and you need to, highlight things, copy things. Maybe if you need to, scan it and then copy it out, you can parse it with the OCR here, again, for free. So there's a lot of apps like this as well, I'm sure, on iOS. This is just a quick Android example here. Doc Scanner. There's a ton of different document scanners and PDF creators that are available online for free, whether it be on Android or iOS. So again, depending on what your needs are, if you just need something very simple, figured I would include this as an honorable mention, because if you just need something basic and simple, you don't necessarily care about linking everything up to a bookkeeping software or expense tracking platform, could be a good option just to go with a basic document scanner. Again, it's not going to be as organized. It's not going to be as, simple, but it's going to be pretty easy. Again, if you're not doing that many, could make a lot of sense. So guys, I hope you found this video helpful of keeping track of your receipts, how to scan them, and all the different apps that you have available. Again, there's a lot of different types of companies and apps out there when it comes to receipt scanning, tracking, and just keeping track of those receipts, like scanning them and keeping track of them. You have expense platforms, you have accounting software, whether or not they link up together, or if you just want something completely different, like just a basic document scanner, or even just a basic receipt scanning app that keeps a log of your receipts. Those are all the companies we mentioned here in today's video. Again, there are links down below to all the companies mentioned here in today's video if you do want to check out any of the companies mentioned. Again, some of which are affiliate links, which is a great way to help out and support the channel. And if you found this video helpful, then be sure to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button as well, and notification bell so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. Anyway, guys, that's all for today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.